Hi, my name is Ranvijay and today we will start with Spark with Scala. So first of all, we will go through the installation process, which are the software which are required to navigate through the Scala programming. So first of all, we need JDK, Spark and Scala IDE. For that, we will first start with the JDK. So for JDK, we will need compatible version of JDK for Scala. So as per the Scala recommendation, it is not supported with JDK 9, 10 or above version. So we will stick with JDK 8. So for JDK 8, we will go to Oracle website and over there we will try to download JDK. So for that we will navigate to Oracle website. So just go with the JDK 8 downloads and it will suggest us to for the Oracle website. So over here we will go and browse to the download section. So since I am using Windows system, so I will select the Windows file. So for my case, I am using 64 byte. So almost all the new systems are using 64 byte configuration. So we will go and download over here. So actually I have already downloaded. So anyhow, I will just click on download and you will receive received some page from Oracle and you need to accept this thing, and after that you need to click on download JDK. So after this you will navigate it to sign in page on the Oracle due to the privacy provided by the Oracle, and you need to provide your email ID and the password if you are the existing user of the Oracle. If not, then go to the create account and over here you can log in through the Google account or just go to the normal page. So you need to fill in all these informations. After that, you will able to create one Oracle account. Or after creating the Oracle account, switch back over here. And after signing in, you will start download of JDK will start. So after this, you will receive some files, something like so you will receive a JDK file. So try to install this one. Since I have already installed, I will just show how to do that. So where just double tap and just like any normal exe file in Windows, just click on this and I have done the custom installation. So we will make note of where we are installing JDK and JRE. So based upon that, because we will need those link address to mention in our environment variables. So just go through this. I have already installed these files in our program files Java folder and JDK 8 and JDK JRE 9. So JRE will be automatically will triggered once JDK 8 has been installed. So we no need to download JRE separately. So after this installation will get completed. So we will set up environment variable after some time. So first of all, as of now, we will just install it. So after this, we will navigate to install Spark. So for Spark, again, we will go to the Spark official website. Since I am getting this pop-ups because I have already installed JDK, so I was not able to show this one. So just follow the step that I have already told. And for the Spark installation, just go to its official website and we have the current release of the Spark 3, and It's the pre-built of the Apache 2.7. So just go on the point number 3 and click on this one. So after this, you will navigate it to another page. So the file name will be Spark 3000 bin Hadoop 2.7 TGG. So this basically this is on Linux setup. So we need to extract it with the help of WinRAR. WinRAR. So after clicking this one, so again you will able to download this file. So just click on save file and go for the OK, and the file will get downloaded. So I have already downloaded, so I will just show you how to do that. So once the file got downloaded, just I have just make one folder with the name big data, and inside that I have created a folder Spark. So file will is something like this: Spark 3.000 bin Hadoop. So just need to extract this with the help of WinRAR. So I have extracted it over here and move the file into the Spark folder. So after this, we don't need to install it separately. Just extract this file. That's all we need for the Spark setup. After doing the Spark setup, we need to configure Scala IDE. So Scala IDE is basically built on top of Eclipse. So we will just, if you are familiar with Eclipse, it will be very helpful. So again, we will go to the Scala official website and just type Scala IDE download. So we navigated on this page. Just go down and based upon your system configuration, download the file. So since I am using Windows, so I will go with the Windows 64 byte. Again, click on this one. You will able to download the file. So after that, you will get some file like this one. Scala SDK 4.7 vFinal. So again, you need to extract this file. Go to the right click and extract file over here. A file will be get extracted over here with the name Eclipse. Now over here, you will see different files configuration. Again, we just need to extract it over here. No need to install it. So that's all for the downloading sections. Now we need to configure it. Since Spark need Hadoop, but we haven't installed the Hadoop, so we need system to think that we are already executing on the Hadoop system. So we will do one thing: we will download winutils.exe file. So you can navigate on this page: http sundog spark s3 amazons aws.com winutils.exe. So over here, just navigate on this page. You will able to download WinUtils. Again, after going on this one, you will be given a pop-up option to save this file. Just click on save file and remember where you are saving the file. And after that, just close this one. So coming over here, come to the I'm doing all the configuration in the F drive. So just create a new folder, WinUtils, and inside WinUtils, create a new folder with the name bin, and inside that, just paste our downloaded files of WinUtils over here. After coming out from here, we need to do few configurations. So open the file where we have installed our where we have placed our WinUtils files. Open the Win folder. Click in the command line cmd. Basically, we need to open cmd in the admin permission. So just go over here click on Windows CMD, right click and run as administrator. Since I have placed my file in F drive, so we need to navigate over there. After that, we will create a directory just to make system think that we are already exiting Hive on our system. So for that, we will just execute this command. I will just place this four files like this. This will be helpful for us to navigate. So we will just paste this link. Since I have already done this one, so no need for me to do this one. Anyhow, I will just execute this one. So no, not this one. Since I have already done this one, so it is not allowing me to perform this operation. So just follow these two steps. And after this, provide the permission. So this will be your second step. After doing this one, in utils, make directory. We have provided the configurations. After that, since we have done all this configuration, we will move to a Spark folder. Inside our Spark folder, we have a configuration folder. We will open the configuration folder. So you will be given a file name like this one, log4j.properties.template. So we will rename this file. Just remove the template section of from here and save it. After that, open this file and check the line number 419. So here the console is like info. So when you launch Spark, it will give you all the informations, but we will only need the error section. So just type over here error. So only error related message will be displayed in the console. That's all. Save this file and close it. So we have done till this point. After that, we need to set environment variables for all the JDKs we have installed, for the Spark we have installed, for the Scala ID to recognize where these installation are present. So for that, we will go to environment variable setting. So to go to environment variable setting, just click on my computer, right click and properties. You will navigate to advanced system setting. Click over here. Go to environment variables. After that, go to the path. Click on edit. So these three files we need to place. So you can do like this. Click on new, and you will be given an option. You need to place it over here. So as I told earlier, so we need to remember where our JDK and JRE has been placed. So we have installed our JDK and JRE in program files. Java folder, JDK folder. So open the Win folder, copy the whole path from here, Control C, navigate to environment variables, click on new, and just paste this one. So that's all you need to do. Similar thing we need to do with the JRE. So for JRE, again move back over here. Go to the JRE 8, open the Win, copy this whole address, and again coming back over the here and go to the new one and paste this one. That's all we need to do for the JDK and JRE. We also need to configure Spark. So we have extracted our Spark file in our F drive. So coming back over here, open the Spark folder, open the Win folder, copy this path, and again click on new and just paste this one. So I have already done this one, so I am just showing how to do that. So after that, click on OK. OK. One more thing, we need to set the Hadoop home variables. So for that, you go to the new one, new, click on new. You will be given this pop-up in the variable name. Just keep Hadoop home, just like this one. So we will give Hadoop home underscore home. And for the variable value, we will need to place this folder, WinUtils folder. So go to WinUtils folder, copy this path. No need to mention the Win file. Just copy to WinUtils. Place over here WinUtils and place OK. That's all we need to do. So that's all need for the system configuration. These all variables will be placed inside the user variable section, not under the system variable sections. Just make note of that and press OK. Press OK. So all the configuration has been done. So we just need to run Scala now. So just open CMD from anywhere, since we have already done the configuration. So no matter from which folder we are launching Scala, it will launch because system will tell them to execute. So just go to the F drive and go over here. Do we need to run in admin permission? Okay, we need to run it in the admin permission. So click on Windows, type CMD, run as administrator, and we need to type Spark shell over here, and if all the configuration has been done correctly, we will able to see a Spark window over here. Just give some time, it will take some time to launch. So as a note, I have mentioned this thing, you can refer this file over here. Just go through this one and you will able to do all the settings over here. It's taking a bit time, but it somehow launched. So just give some more minute, it will launch eventually. Let's click another, open another CMD window. In this window, we will just navigate to a Scala folder. See, as I told earlier, so we are able to see our Scala command line over here. So if all the installation has been done properly, you will able to see messages like this one. So mm, just I will run a simple command to check how many lines are present in a file. I will execute this command. So to show this one, I will just change my directory to F directory. So it has been changed over here, and click on dir. So we have a file name readme.md. So we will check this file. So for that, just run spark shell command over here. Just give a moment, it will launch. It's taking a bit time. Just give some moment, it will open up. And after that, we will just check this file, how many lines are there inside our Spark readme.md file. System is slow. It's taking a bit time. Just give a moment. Okay, so we are seeing some actions on the window. So over here we can see a Spark context has been created. So we will just create a variable val rdd equal to sc Spark context dot text file. Give the file name. So this has been executed. After that, we need to execute this command count. So this line basically tells us how many lines are present in this RDD. That's all from my side. Thank you.